But okay, let me go ahead and get started. Everybody, thanks for joining me right here, MrTherapy.com. You came, you registered, you're ready to learn some new stuff. I'm, of course, Josiah, Mr. Therapy Kostek with Rules of the Game Marketing, also owner of Can't Get Right Entertainment, where I'm trying to bring new artists and new people in the music industry, marketing, A&R, producing, whatever you're trying to do, and bring you in to a network where we can help each other learn what we need to do to take things to the next level. Today, I have a very special guest. I'm really proud to have her on, Miss Diane Shannon. She, she's owner of MyDreamJourneyLife.com. I gotta go ahead and let you know a little bit about her. But amidst that business, she is, an entrepreneur in every, sense of the word, man. This lady here is hip hop, man. She's business manager for Zepic Miracle International, general manager and program director for KPEX radio station. All these things, like I said earlier, you can find all these on Facebook, so definitely check it out. But 2 days ago, hit #1 on Reverb Nation for R&B soul charts for Greensboro, North Carolina. Amazing. All right, promoter and manager of Chiller the Entertainer, Lady D, Shamika Williams, and my very good friend, Mr. Donald Spencer Jr., a.k.a. the Mighty Mighty Prince Deacon. How are you doing today, Miss Shannon? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got it all. Yeah.
If anything,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Certainly. So, beyond, of course, you're working with a bunch of artists, Reverb Nation, big hit. Reverb Nation is still big. I still got an account on Reverb Nation.
Yes.
Do so. And then KPEX radio station, how did you get into all this stuff,
Well, I've always been in entertainment since I was a little girl. I've always been into singing, dancing, acting. Since I continued down that path, I went different directions in my life, but the entertainment part always stuck with me.
Right?
In the early 80s, I started doing shows out at Del Mar Fair, which is in San Diego, California,
Mhm.
doing big showcases out there, and realized that I had a passion for promotions and management and that type of thing. So I continued doing that for several years. Um, did lots of shows, hip hop shows. I started doing hip hop shows because of my oldest son
Mhm.
is like the best rapper that I know on the planet.
Nice.
I'm not being biased. I just really think he's just the greatest.
I
And
believe
so I started doing hip hop shows because of him. Yeah. And I just continued from there. Started doing I was into gospel initially, all gospel,
that.
but the Spirit led me to go outside of the gospel arena
Mhm.
because it was just brought to my attention by the Spirit that you can have fun in the Lord and in the church
Mhm.
and not be all stuck up and holier than thou and all that kind of stuff. So I went out into the secular world and was able to um, attract a lot of people, a lot of artists, and change their whole format of the way they did their artistry. A lot of them, because I didn't allow cursing on my stage. I didn't allow vulgar language, no dissing women, no gang related stuff. None of that stuff was allowed on my stage. And so I
Yeah.
gained a really great respect from the artists, and some that even changed the way they did their artistry and their music because
Right.
of that. So
Wow.
I continued from there. And then in 2011,
Mhm.
old friend of mine that's into network marketing like big time. He
Mhm.
was always trying to get me into network marketing, into some program or something, and I never took the bait. And so this one, but I would always ignore his calls. He would always call me, and I would ignore him. I'm like, oh, he don't want nothing. He just want to get me into another business. I'm not interested.
Mhm.
But this one particular day, I took the call, and he said, "How would you like to have your own radio show?" And I said, "Really?"
Yeah.
I said, I would love to have my own radio show. I said, can I have two? And he said,
Right.
yes, you can have as many as you want. So I came on board and started my own show.
Mhm.
And about 2 months into being with the station, he promoted me to general manager.
Wow. There you go.
And and I've been there ever since. And so I'm now station manager, program director, and also a radio personality myself.
Nice.
Um, and we had our 7-year anniversary on yesterday. And we're
Congratulations.
on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. and we broadcast live. We have live DJs on the station, about 15 DJs we have that broadcast on our stations. And we have two stations. I call them AM and FM. AM is for Absolute Ministry, which is our all gospel station, and FM is for everything else, which stands for Fantissimo Music.
Nice.
So
Wow.
that's how it all happened. So
I could go on about like 15 things you said. I mean, like again, you're definitely the business. It was going from gospel to more secular music. Amazing strategy, especially for somebody that you take your craft and your business very seriously, and you're one of the people that want to improve the world with your talents and with music and things like that.
yes,
And you know what I mean? As it says in the Bible, Jesus didn't come and heal the healthy, man. He came to heal the sick. So, going out into that secular world with that music, you're finding the people that actually need that help to become more marketable, which is amazing.
right.
The fact that you blueprinted your artist to be, how we would call a radio edit, but no profanity, no vulgarity, no women degradation, no excessive violence.
Right.
Not only is that good, ethical, and good for hip hop as a whole, the next generation, to aspire to that positivity. But the negative stuff, the gangster rap, that era is over. And bottom line, whether you like it or not, it's
Yeah.
just not marketable. It's not marketable. Radio
Right.
stations are buying more thuggy guys. I mean, they're doing this weird thing where they're getting guys and putting them in female clothes. I don't completely understand that, but
Yes.
it could just
Ridiculous.
be it could just be a trend. I hope it's just a trend. I don't think it's going to last very long. I don't think it gets a lot of reviews, and of the vast amount of publicity on it, it's more mocking than anything. So I don't think it's something that the next generation of rappers are going to necessarily aspire to. So you definitely got your artist on a really great path. That's amazing. I hope I'm not breaking up too much. I know the camera's a little sketchy, but yeah, I mean, radio stations, you have them syndicating personalities, DJs, like you're doing what people want to do when they're laying in bed with like, I want to be in the music industry. You're doing it. You're actually doing it.
Right.
That's amazing. And and again, you're not just somebody that's just throwing stuff out there. You have music, your
Right.
artist music on Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Shazam, Spotify, and even more. That that's how you
Yes.
do it. That's an entrepreneur
Yes.
because your family.
And then myself also, I am an artist. So I just recently released my single
Lady D.
called Smells Like Sex. Yep. I just released. I had the music produced in 2009, and
Mhm.
now I'm just finally releasing it after all these years. So I'm very proud of that.
That's awesome. I'm not, I don't just see you as a a business expert in the hip hop and music, but I'm also a big fan. I'm a fan of your work ethic, and of
Well,
course your
thank you.
things. It's going to be awesome to see, even your career unfold, and just like me, just getting back to the music. It's going to be interesting to see
Yeah.
me go back in there, but it's a completely different mindset from 3 years ago when I put everything on halt for
Oh,
the
yes.
tooling and the network marketing. So now I'm ready to bring all those things together. So, and I'm blessed to be able to work with people like yourself. So it's great to have you and great to have you on. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So, what I wanted to tap on a little bit today. I spoke with Miss Shannon today or yesterday rather. I'm like, what kind of things can we put in front of these guys and give them a leg up? And she was thinking, expanding the fan base would be a good place where everybody needs to kind of go. So, of course, tons of writing, tons of, notes and stuff all together. And I never like to jump in unless I like to, I'll go on YouTube, I'll go on Google, I'll polish up, see what some things, people are saying. Maybe a brand new thing that I haven't heard of came out a month ago. You know what I mean? I can find that out just by quick research and doing some Googling. But there's definitely some things that can help you leverage your ability to build your fan base. And I wanted to talk on a couple of those things today. Of course, we always got to come back to the basics. All right. The basics is, of course, we definitely have to have good content, but, we have to write a schedule. So one of the greatest techniques as far as getting your content to your people, having that content, consistent, it's imperative. And you don't have to have one a day. Okay, quick little lives of 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute lives a day. Just kind of connect with your audience. That's always helpful. But as far as like the video content that's really going to hit your audience, the stuff you're really going to put out there and share around, and if you're going to use pay-per-click ads, that kind of stuff, you take time on that. You script things out, you write your notes, you edit it, you clean it up.
Mhm.
Even if there's only one a week of those, if your fan base gets familiar and gets used to that consistency, then you're going to be able to hold their attention. And I tell artists, of course, know thyself is a big part of this. If you know you're not going to be able to do 5 videos a week, don't put it in your schedule, and don't promise your fan base that's what you're going to do. If you've been very successful or 90% successful getting 2 out a week, start off by promising them just 1 a week. That'll give you a chance to
Mhm.
build consistency with your fan base, get real comfortable with that schedule, and the whole time you're going to be stacking up other content. So maybe there's a whole month you want to go out on vacation, you got 4 build up. You know what I mean? And it helps you because you can easily schedule it in with YouTube, with Facebook, with all of them. 90% of them you can schedule it in and it never misses their mark. So, just being consistent with that, artists that are on that aggressive schedule, I like to see them do 2 videos a week. Myself, that's even what I have scheduled for myself. I have 3 days, 2 hours each where I, research, write, and script a video. I'll spend the 2 hours the next day actually
Okay.
recording it. I'll screw up a whole bunch. You know what I mean? I go in half cocked with my notes in there, and I'll do 2 hours of recording it. Might have to do it 20 times, but I get some good takes or at least some pieces I can put together. And I spend the third day, those
Mhm.
2 hours, editing it and loading it to all my sites and getting it scheduled for a release. Then if I'm built up and that's scheduled for 2 weeks from now, I got 2 weeks. I can hype it up and I can, build my audience and say, hey, on the 1st of February at 8 p.m., I'm releasing a brand new video. It's going to blow your freaking socks off, man. My artist, Prince Deacon, went out and did a show, and we did something a little bit differently to get our fans, filling the seats. And we're going to break it all the way down to you, man. Not to mention, we're going to be releasing his new single that night. And if you join and you hang out for the whole webinar, we might be sending you an email and give you a free download of it before everybody else. So don't forget to
Mm.
show up February 1st, get some amazing knowledge that's going to help your music career, get a free download that nobody in the world but you is going to have, and we're going to see you on that day, and then go from there. So, you know what I mean? That's how
Nice.
gamification and build it up, you know what I mean? Um, I made the mistake when I was rapping and stuff. I would get a track done, got to tell the world right now, you know,
Mhm.
and that even evolved from telling everybody I was going to do a track and I'm going to release it on this date, but then it'd be a bigger job than I expected, and then being late to release it. That even sucked worse. But just throwing it right out there
Mhm.
without building the hype, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason every movie and every album and every artist, you know what I mean? At least 99% of them that don't do these leaks, they're gonna
Mhm.
hype up that product, they're gonna send it out there, So, and that's just because they built it and they prepared
Right.
it, they scheduled it, and it'll never be late. And then if there's an error, you can always go back and edit it because you got time frame. You got time to handle that.
Mhm.
So, and from that's your recorded 1 to 2 recorded, really good value, videos a week, and then pop a good live it. You know what I mean? Um, I'm trying to get my fan base on a good schedule for 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. Sometimes things are late because I'm building up these big things. You know what I mean? But working on progress, not perfection, right? So I'll get on there.
Mhm.
I've been doing 10 to 30-minute live streams because I go in, it's hard for me to stop. But getting in there,
Right.
doing, 1 to 2 to 5 minute live streams, there's 5 different types of content. I'm going to hit on them, but it's not so hard. And you get used to doing it, even if you're not familiar with pulling your phone out and be like, hey guys, how's it going, everybody? This Diane Shannon, Lady D, and honestly, I just wanted to get on here and say, I hope you're having a good day. I mean, today's my day off, and generally I don't jump online on my day off, but I'm going out with the family, and we're getting ready to go to a movie and have a great dinner and do a little bit shopping. Why? because I found a way to take my passion and turn it into my business. And now I have the freedom to spend time with my family
Mm.
because I'm a boss and not an employee. Because I decide my schedule, not Mr. Johnson, I get to do these things and I want to teach you how to do these things. So follow me online, follow some of the ways that I'm showing you how I'm building my artist career and stuff like that. Not to mention get some of the best music that you're going to be hearing in 2018. It's a new day, it's a new generation, and I want to show you how to live your passion. So I'm going to get in here and watch the Avengers 28, and then we're going to go eat some awesome food, and then we're going to go buy our Macy's. But we'll see you next time tomorrow. This is Lady D. Much love. We'll see you next time. 2 minutes. It was a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And that's what we call
Nice.
lifestyle.
Nice.
That's one of the 5 types of content that I talk about, lifestyle. I like to use the acronym VERO. I'm kind of, maybe bounce around a little bit, skip over CTA and jump to the content since I'm talking a lot about content. 5 types of content. Now, marketers, musicians, and network marketers, they all kind of got their idea of content. I come up with what I think are the 5 best types of content.